Bonjour guys, welcome to a brand new FIFA 21 Ultimate Team video, and today with Vincent we will show you guys the best, cheap and overpowered player in the Premier League that you guys should use on FIFA 21 Ultimate Team. So guys, if you found this video helpful, drop a massive thumbs up as always, and make sure you guys really consider subscribing if you're brand new to not miss out our FIFA 21 Ultimate Team content. So bros, let's jump right into the video. Keep in mind, most of those players will be more or less pretty cheap compared to the top tier elite meta players, obviously boys, because right now we're helping you build your starter team or build your team if you're on a budget. So bros, let's start with the goalkeeper, and he's the perfect example. He will be Nick Pope. The man will be a gold rare. He's 6'4", perfect height for goalkeeper. He will be packed a ton, therefore he will not be more or less than 5,000 coins maximum. Therefore boys, he will be one of the most overpowered goalkeeper to use in the Premier League without a shadow of a doubt.
Exactly boys, and he reminds me a lot about the FIFA 17 Jack Butland. It's another game, it's another era of FIFA, but if you guys played FIFA 17, then we understand each other. Next up, Matt Doherty, the new signing for Spurs, bros. In my opinion, he will be a bit tech Serge Aurier, but Doherty is way more technically gifted compared to Serge Aurier. After, will he be wants to watch? I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't think so, because he's still a low-rated card and I don't see him getting a lot of inform throughout the year. So potentially he will have a wants to watch. I don't think so.
Then next up bros, it will be Soyuncu. And guys, can we just take a moment to appreciate how overpowered Soyuncu is and will be on FIFA 21, simply because the man had a wonderful season back on FIFA 20 and he can bring those sweet links to someone like Kasper Schmeichel, those type of players. Therefore you can build some sweet hybrids around those players. But Soyuncu, he will be pretty expensive at the start, but definitely really overpowered.
Exactly, and just because he plays for Leicester, that means it's good. He'll be cheaper than if he's playing for a team such as Manchester City, Liverpool or Manchester United.
Exactly.
The fact as well, some of the players that we'll see in today's video, the fact that they play in lower teams in the Premier League will make them way cheaper.
Indeed, and then now we do have Kieran Tierney. In the left back position, it will be important to use some pacey player and as well pretty physical player, because let me tell you, FIFA 21 it's really similar to FIFA 20. So
yes,
dribbling, pace and physicality really does matter a lot in this game. Therefore Kieran Tierney will be the perfect player for the left back position. And as well you do have Masuaku, is as well a great alternative to Kieran Tierney and it will be more or less pretty cheap. Then after boys, you can definitely upgrade to someone like Andrew Robertson as soon as you have a little bit more coins.
Exactly boys, so now let's talk about the center backs. Well, after Soyuncu we have Tomori. Here bros, I don't really know how to predict his price, simply for the fact that he does play for Chelsea. Like I said, it's really important. The bigger teams in the Premier League, the more expensive the card will be. Tomori, though, with the way I see his card, he will be not less than 15,000 coins, or at least 20k at the start of the game. So it will be a really expensive center back, but one hell of a center back to use, boys. If you can combine that 8 pace with that defending, that physicality all together, boys, at the start, excuse me, but for me this is one of the best center back in the Premier League that you can potentially use throughout the year.
Yes, indeed. And then on the cheaper side we do have as well William Saliba, the freshly new Arsenal player. It reminds me a lot about Laurent Koscielny from back in the days, if you guys can remember. What a crazy OP card that was. And I think William Saliba, because he will be non-rare, will be not too expensive, but be careful because some SBCs might require him, therefore that might jump his price a little bit more. And then bros, on the more expensive side we do have the brand new Manchester City signing Nathan Ake. And here bros, it will be really important because he is Dutch, he is really good, pretty fast, he plays for Manchester City, therefore it will be pretty expensive, but those links that you can have with someone like Virgil van Dijk or
really good, especially potentially as well De Ligt and Nathan Ake. That's for another video bros, but it's true that Nathan Ake will be a really good option, but a bit more expensive, at least more expensive than Tomori for example. So now boys, that was the goalkeeper and as well the defenders. Let's move on into the midfielder. This is the way we're gonna evolve into this video: defenders, midfielders, and then we're gonna finish with the forwards. So to start out with my CDM, my number 6, my center mid in front of the defense. I want someone physical, pacey, doesn't have to be really good technically. This is why we selected Gnabry. Bros, can we just agree that every FIFA since FIFA 18, since he plays for Everton, the man at the start is always one of the best starter CDM to use in the Premier League. He does have the pace, the physicality, the stamina as well. It's really important. Bros, honestly, he will not cost you more than 10,000 coins. He will be a really good option in the CDM position, just in front of the defense.
And as well, he can bring those crazy links to someone like Zaha, Aurier, Kessié, and more importantly, Alan, because Alan is a brand new Everton player. Alan in the Premier League will be really interesting because he's Brazilian, therefore you have that hyper link to Richarlison. But honestly guys, I think this will be just perfect to use, especially at the start of FIFA 21. It will be pretty expensive because Alan is always one of the most well-rounded and one of the most overpowered cards to use in all the FIFAs that he's been in. But in overall, I think for box-to-box slash CDM for FIFA 21, Alan will be just one of the best options you can go for.
At least 45,000 coins to 40k boss. At least 40k. This is the way I see. Potentially it might be 100,000 coins because of the hype. He's a brand new signing. We don't know, but at least it's gonna be 40,000 coins. Moving on, we do have Calvin Phillips.
And now, bros, for all of the Leeds fans, fair play for the promotion. Calvin Phillips, I've seen a few games of him in the second division in England, in the championship, and he was amazing, really complete midfielder, box to box. He can play as a box to box, as I said, or just in front of the defense. Really quality player playing from Leeds, and I can see him being more or less around 10,000 coins at the start.
Yes.
And throughout the year, it will be more or less this card. I think that's a great pickup for either your starter team or if you're on a budget, if you need like a box-to-box midfielder that can play in the Premier League, that's English as well, that can bring a lot of link. So I think Calvin Phillips will be one of the best options for you guys and definitely one of the most overpowered players to use on FIFA 21.
And potentially overhyped. Or potentially as well overhyped. So his price might increase as well because of the more players hype, the prices go up. The prices increase it, of course. Now next up, boys, we have Ruben Neves. So hear me out on this, bros. You see, when for midfielder, when you see that pace, you see it cannot really be in my starter team. But hold on, because if you have someone like Phillips and then on the next to him you have someone like creative, a bit more creative, just as Ruben Neves, bros, that can be really important and that can combine really the midfield, physical tall with Phillips. And then on the other side, you have a technically gifted of Ruben Neves. The cool thing as well about Ruben Neves is that he's Portuguese, so therefore for some starter teams, that can be pretty OP to link him up with some La Liga Nos players, for example. So that's just a cool idea, boys. And with Liam, we wanted to show boys Ruben Neves because, in my opinion as well, every single year the man is only used for SBCs. But at the start of the game, I think you can use him in your starter team.
Definitely. Now, let's keep up with the Wolverhampton team, and we do have obviously, guys. I think, in my opinion, he will be the most overpowered player, or at least the most overpowered super sub on FIFA 21. It's not other than Adama Traoré. What a beast, man. Imagine him like running down the wing, man. I got some FIFA 21, FIFA 20 nightmares in the FUT Champions. Just him running down the line, and I think it will be the same on FIFA 21, especially at the start. If you do have Adama Traoré, GG, abuse the pace. His shooting is not the best, his weak foot is not the best, but man, he is such a beast. And I reckon it will be really expensive at first, at least
20k, 25k,
at least I'm gonna say 30,000 coins because Adama Traoré is really one of the most hyped players in the world at the moment.
Exactly, boss. So now next up, in the left wing position / left mid, we have two options that we can provide you, boss, in today's video. The first one, Trossard, Belgium link, pretty interesting if you guys want to make as well some other hybrids and other links with Trossard. The cool thing as well about Trossard is his shooting. As you can see, those have decent amount of shooting. The pace is there, 4-star, so that's going to be pretty useful, boss, for you at the start of the game. Second option, Trezeguet, the Egyptian GOAT in the left wing position, boss, in the Premier League. I think he'll be one of the most hyped players, at least one of the most OP and underrated player within the first few days of the game, simply as well because he does have that 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill move. This is something, boys, as well we have to mention. The skill move, the weak foot, is something really important, boys, especially within the first few days of the game.
Exactly, because you're still trying to figure out the meta, how to play FIFA 21 and how to score a lot of goals. If someone does have 5-star weak foot or at least 4-star weak foot and skill move, that's just perfect. And then now talking about some skill move, we have of course Alan Saint-Maximin in the right mid / right wing spot, and obviously guys it will be pretty expensive at first,
we know.
But throughout the year I reckon Alan Saint-Maximin will not be too expensive and he will be a great super sub, I think, for you because he does have the pace. Obviously boys, he is one of the best dribblers in the world at the moment. But offensively, sometimes I think he could bring a little bit more of assist and a little bit more goals if he was a bit more clinical. But nonetheless, Alan Saint-Maximin for the FIFA meta is just perfect.
That's what we want. Now, boys, we talked about the midfielders. Let's move on into the forwards. And like we said it, boys, multiple times throughout our starter team that you guys will be able to check it out in the description down below. We will talk about the forwards, and this is where it's not a good idea to go cheap on the striker, boys, right?
Use your coins.
It's not a good idea. Use your coins wisely into a good striker that fits your playstyle into the new game. Well, first option, Richarlison, like I mentioned at the start of the video. Alan, Richarlison, that can be a link that you guys can work towards your first few days to have a target, to have an objective. Richarlison up top, Alan in the midfield. That hyperlink, boys, can be really, really good. What I love about Richarlison, boys, 5-star weak foot. I think we can all agree, we can all agree on this, that whenever you come up against Richarlison, whenever you see that he does have the ball in the box, you don't know where he's going to shoot. It's like a beignet there. The 5-star weak foot, boys, it's really something dangerous within the box.
So unpredictable, and we cannot like recommend more to you guys. Richarlison, definitely pick him up. And then after we do have a brand new Premier League player. It will be Rodrigo. So it will be interesting because Rodrigo is a great player, quality player in real life, and on FIFA as well. Every time we use him in our solo team, he's always really, really good. His left foot is always really nasty and deadly. So I think he will not be too expensive, but I reckon he will not be too cheap as well because he plays for Leeds, a pretty hype club. Because they're back in the Premier League, and as well it will be pretty good. So I think his price will be more or less around 20 to 30,000 coins. And keep in mind, he's Spanish, so you can have Rodrigo, Adama Traoré. That's some really sweet links to use on FIFA 20.
Exactly, but especially if you have Kevin Phillips as well in the midfield. By the time we're recording this video, we don't know if Ryan Kent is going to join the Premier League or he's going to join Leeds United. We don't know yet, so therefore we didn't decide. We did not decide to put Kent. And I think, boys, I don't want him to join the Premier League, by the way. But if he joins it, then so be it. You know, we will have to deal with it. Next up, we do have Jamie Vardy, though, because Jamie Vardy every single year is the type of striker. If you pack him within the first few days of FIFA 21, trust me, bros, keep him because he's gonna play so well for you. He's so clinical in front of the box. His pace, his physicality combined together makes him always one of the most deadly strikers to use at the start of a brand new game. Don't use Jamie Vardy in January, December, November, no. But within the first few days of October, when the game has just been released, when you will come up against those cheap center backs, Jamie Vardy will be able to make a difference for you.
Definitely, and Jamie Vardy does have the aggression, the aggressive playstyle that's really important in FIFA 21. Finally, we do have Wilfried Zaha, and guys, Zaha is always one of the most OP cards to use in all the FIFAs because he's quite tall. He does have the pace, he does have a decent amount of strength, and as well he does have the saucy skills to use on FIFA. Definitely, I will 100% recommend you guys to pick up Zaha. His finishing might not be ideal, but if you guys play FIFA 21 with a 2-striker formation, you can have someone like Richarlison and then next to him Zaha, and I think this can be one of the deadliest combo to use on FIFA 21 Ultimate Team. So guys, if you have enjoyed today's video, you know what to do. Destroy the like button and make sure you guys check out our FIFA 21 cheap Premier League starter team that we have built just for you guys if you are running out of ideas for your FIFA 21 starter team. So boys, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button down below with notifications on. That will be just perfect. And with that being said, bros, my name is Liam.
My name is Vincent. We catch you guys tomorrow.
Au revoir.